Boys like me don't cry. Boys like me pretend we don't cry. Boys like me don't cry. Boys like me pretend we don't cry. Girl, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, a lot of days, la 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 la.
Waking up wearing a big smile. Good morning, you say while stretching. You feel light and like you have nothing to worry about in life. You get up to take a shower, to go to work. Good morning, Faye. She was stand and just watch you coming out of the room and sit in the kitchen counter to eat. She immediately took a plate, spoon, and chopstick as she placed them in front of you. Thank you. You started eating until you noticed Faye. She was just staring at you since earlier. Why? Are you okay now? Huh? What do you mean? I'm always okay. Why in? You just lock yourself in your room for 2 weeks, crying nonstop. You also refuse to eat. You know, I'm so worried about you. I ask you what's the problem is, but you don't want to tell me. You stop eating while biting the ends of the spoon and start thinking. I remember that Faye. Actually, I don't know the reason why I cried and did that. For real? Hmm, I don't remember anything. I can't think of a reason to break down. You laugh and say, maybe I'm crazy. You said jokingly. What are you going to do now? Look for a job? I have homework. Yeah, maybe you also forgot that you said you already resigned from your work. You fist palm yourself. Shoot, you're right. You ran going to your room and took your phone and about to call the chairman. But before you could do that, your phone rang and the caller was the chairman. Good morning, chairman. Thank God you finally answered my call. Are you okay? Feeling better? He worriedly asked. I'm okay, chairman. I'm sorry if I cried in front of you the last time we met. Next time, if there is a problem, don't hesitate to tell me. I'm like your father, YN. Thank you, Chairman. Um, your position is still available. Can I go back to my work? Of course. Prepare yourself and come here. Just imagine that you are on vacation in 2 weeks. After your conversation ended, you are about to put down your phone, but you were surprised to see a lot of missed calls from Jungkook. Why? Why is he calling me? You mumble while approaching the table. Who called you? Asked Faye. Mr. Jun. Faye looked at your face, but she didn't see the excitement on your face like before every time you talk about Jungkook. Why don't you seem happy that he called you? Faye asked. Why will be I happy? There is no reason for me to be happy. This person is so arrogant. Arrogant, but he is your first love. That's why you live again for him. First love? How did that happen? Faye, I will never fall in love with that man. If it wasn't for the chairman, I wouldn't go with him to Paris and make an engagement ring design for his girlfriend. You don't remember your past life? What past life are you talking about? Faye was so confused by what you were doing and saying, as if you had forgotten about your past life with Jungkook that you often told her about. But when Faye saw you happy, she just ignored that. For her, maybe that's better So you can finally find your happiness to someone else, not only for Jungkook. He saw you, how you badly hurt, so he erased the memory of Jungkook from your past life. And since all your memories of Jungkook in the present are not good, you start hating him. Why you didn't tell me that you're coming? Jungkook didn't answer. Instead, she showed the engagement ring design you made. This is what I'm going to give you. And I'm sorry, Camille. It seems that what I was afraid of is about to happen. Do you know the reason why I choose to be apart from you? So that I can get used to being without you. I know that I'm the only one in love between the two of us. I feel like you are being forced. I left and stay here to avoid this scenario. I don't want to happen again when I plan to kill myself the time you break up with me. I know that you just felt guilty and afraid that I might commit again if you broke up with me. I know I became selfish for forcing you to stay in a relationship that you are not happy. Believe me, Camille, I tried to love you. I know I should be the one to apologize to you for trapping you because I really love you. So even though I know that what I'm doing is wrong, I choose to be blind and make myself believe that you love me and you are happy in our relationship. I also felt guilty actually. I still thank you because despite of everything, you still think about my happiness. You are free to go now. Remember the girl I told you I always dream about? She's real. I didn't even realize that she was just around me. She is the reason why you broke your silence? No. After seeing the engagement ring design, I realized I can't really be happy. Yes, I can make you happy, but what about me? I'm glad you had the encouragement to speak for yourself. He approached Jungkook and kissed his forehead. Thank you for making me happy. Don't worry about me anymore. I'm okay now, she said, and left. Camille, Jungkook's best friend since high school. When her parents got divorced, Jungkook was there and saw how Camille was hurt. Camille asked him not to leave her, so Jungkook stayed on her side. But slowly, Camille fell in love with him. Since Jungkook wanted Camille to be happy, he agreed to be her boyfriend, even though he knows he doesn't love her. He's hoping that one day he will learn to love Camille, but that didn't happen. He tried to break up with her, but she committed. In his guilt and fear that it would happen again, Jungkook decided to stay her and just ignore his own happiness. Remember, he don't tell her that he was going to the jewelry exhibition, but unfortunately Camille also went there and saw him. Camille also the one who kissed him, not Jungkook. Mr. Nam, is everything okay when I wasn't here? Jungkook asked his secretary. Sir, actually when you went to Paris for 2 days, Miss YN came back. What? YN is here? He didn't even finish his words when the elevator opened and saw you standing in the doorway. But the time you saw him, you didn't go inside the elevator. You think of going to other elevators since the building has four. When someone told you going inside and it was Jungkook. You can join us. he said. You stood quietly on one side and chose to remain silent until you suddenly felt goosebumps, like someone is watching you. You slowly turn your gaze to Mr. Nam, but he's not looking at you. Then your gaze turned to Jungkook and caught him staring at you intently. Is there a problem, Mr. Jun? We need to talk. Can you come to my office? What about Mr. Jun? Jungkook couldn't wait any longer, and since there were only three of you in the elevator, he told you what he wanted to say. He told you the exact date when he died and promised you that he would reborn again so he could protect you, and the other details of the past life to prove you that he remembered everything. But you just look at him, obviously clueless about what he was saying. Mr. Jun, what are you talking about? Again, he detailed the first time you met until you fell in love. Everything including your previous name in the past life, but your reaction was the same. Mr. Jun, are you okay? I heard you came from Paris. Maybe you are still in jet lag. Why, and I remember everything now. Sorry if it takes a long time to remember everything. It's me. He mentions his name from his past life. You just laugh hysterically instead. Mr. Jun, you believe in reincarnation? Mr. Jun, that is not true. Stop playing with me, YN. I know you know me. I know I hurt you. I treated you bad and I regret it. I made a promise to protect you, but I didn't keep it. Please forgive me. I will do everything so that you can forgive me. So please, stop pretending that you don't know me. Mr. Jun, I don't want to be rude to you, but I really don't know what you are talking about. Yes, I've known you since we were kids, and you are right. You didn't treat me well. But about what you are forcing, there's really nothing I know what you are saying. You went where the press button is and repeatedly pressed the open button. When it opened, you hurriedly get out, but Jungkook left you up and carried you going to his office. He didn't even care if there were many employees looking at the two of you. Mr. Jun, for God's sake, put me down! You said while hitting his arms again and again, kicking the air just to let you go, but he held you even tighter. He just let you go when you were inside his office. The moment he placed you down, he received a strong slap on his face from you. It doesn't mean that you are the son of the chairman. You have the right to drag me to your office. What's wrong with you? Why you suddenly change? It's me. I said I don't know. What are you talking about? It is hard to understand. I'm not the woman you are talking about. Because if I was her, I would remember something. You yelled in your annoyance. This time you don't care if he is the chairman's son. Still, he didn't give up. He took the couple bracelet design you made. This is your design, right? He said while pointing the paper. Definitely that's mine. Then how did you know our name in the past life if you are not the girl I'm talking about? Look, you engraved our name under the bracelet like what you promised to me. Mr. Jun, I can write any name there. It just happened that I wrote the same name with you and that girl. Then how about the story behind the bracelet? Yes, there's a story behind that bracelet. But you can't remember. Even if you try to remember, you can't really remember anything. Mr. Jun, I'm not the girl you are looking for. Hold on. You're going to propose to your girlfriend, right? It will be unfair to her if you're looking for another girl. We broke up. Ah, at least you're not cheating on her. After you said that, you left. What's wrong? If when I already remembered everything, you forgot me. Your office mates look at you when you're going back to your desk. Maybe they were intrigued by what they saw, but you just ignore them. Later on, you saw Faye coming. Yeah, what happened? I heard you had an encounter with Sir June, she whispered. I don't know what happened to that guy. He keeps telling me that I'm the girl he was looking for. He's crazy. Your friend scratched her head. She can't believe that the person who is important to you, you forgot just like that. Before you could speak, your phone rang. It was the chairman. He told you to come to his office. You knock and walk inside. Chairman, do you need anything from me? He smiles and stands up as he invites you to sit. Your face seems relaxed now. These past days, I felt like I've lost a burden that I've been carrying for a long time. I'm glad to hear that, he added, and gave you a brown envelope. You look at it and saw a picture of 5 men. What is this, Chairman? Choose who you like among them. I'm not forcing you, of course. You have a freedom to choose a guy you like. Those people come from a good families. I just thought if you might want to date one of them. You just laugh. So you are my dating advisor now, Chairman? Well, why not? Ever since I'm not into a relationship, but Chairman, I'm a little bit greedy. Can I date all of them so I can choose to them wisely? Of course. So I set on you on a blind date this Saturday to this guy first, before others. After you talk with the chairman, he told you to go back to your work. You open the door and meet Jungkook, but you choose to ignore him. Oh, why are you here? By the way, what did I hear that you harassed YN this morning? His father asked. No, I didn't. I just asked her something. Until his eyes landed on the picture on the table. Who are they, Dad? I set YN on a blind date. I promised to his dad that I will watch over his daughter. Being sure that YN is with a good man is enough for me. Jungkook felt intense jealousy. He angrily asked his dad, why are you interfering with her love life? And when did you learn to take care of her? If you have nothing else to say, just go. You and Faye left the building and walked going to the bus stop when a car stopped in front of you. Then Jungkook came out. Get in. I'll take you home. No need, you replied and continued walking while pulling Faye with you. Are you really going on a date? You turn your back and face him. Oh, even if I go on a date or not, you should step aside, cause you are not my boyfriend. He rolled his fist, trying to calm down while watching you from leaving. Why our fate are playing with us? You start going out on a blind date, but the person you like among of them is Jackson. He is kind and caring compared to 4 guys. You two start going out, dating in weekend, until he became your boyfriend. You are happy with him, but also every time you are with him, you feel that something is missing. Still, you continue your relationship with Jackson thinking maybe you're just being confused in your feelings since he's your first love. One night, after having dinner, Jackson sent you home. Thank you. I will call you. Sure. Good night. You're about to get out when suddenly Jackson pulled you back and kissed you. What you doesn't know, Jungkook's car was there parking in the corner, waiting for you. He clearly saw you kissing with Jackson. He immediately looked down and just cried. Now he finally feels what you felt when Camille kissed him in front of you. While Jackson was kissing you, you closed your eyes, but you were seeing a different image in your mind, so you pushed Jackson in shock. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you said. I should be the one who apologized. I'm sorry for kissing you without your permission. After talking, Jackson left. You waited for him to leave before you entered the gate. Then, a familiar voice spoke behind you. Are you happy with him? You turned around and spotted Jungkook leaning against his car. What does it matter to you if I'm happy or not? That's important to me because I love you. Please, remember me. Mr. Jun, don't live in the past. Move on. Then you enter the house. I can't move on. I can't. I will not give up. I will wait for you until you remember me, like what you did, he said, and broke down. 12 in the morning, Faye woke up to the sound of your crying. You were sobbing while sitting on the floor. Oh, what happened? Why are you crying? Faye, why do I feel like this? My chest is so tight. Faye, why do I seem I have forgotten someone who is important to me? Who is that person is? Since you started dating, every night you see a man crying, begging you to come back to him, but you don't see his face. Even his voice you forget when you wake up. I can't live like this. You cried while punching your chest. It didn't take long. You broke up with Jackson. You asked for forgiveness because you realized what you felt was not love. Your mind is really messed up, just like tangled hair. You don't want to be unfair to Jackson. You don't want to pretend to be happy with him. But the truth is you're not. You also don't want to deceive yourself either. Jackson accepts your decision, but what you don't know is that he is planning something bad for you. In his thought, you are just playing with him. You went home alone since it's Faye's day off. Jungkook offered you to arrive but you rejected his offer. Before you reached the bus stop, Jackson's car stopped. YN, I drop you off, he said. I'm fine, thank you. I thought we agreed to remain friends. How can I let my friends going home like this? Yes, you agreed to remain friends, so you just let him to take you home. You get into his car in front and wear a seatbelt. When someone from your back cover your nose with something, then you slowly lost consciousness. If I can't have you, you'd better die.